Where does this thing go off the rails as a need?
Well, so now I think we get to a team where
they have a receiver need.
Yes, they definitely have an acute need that would force you in one direction. So I think the Chargers, their biggest need now, having shipped off their entire wide receiver core, is wide receiver, because Quentin Johnston is the number one guy at the moment.
All right, so Malik Neighbors to the Chargers.
Yeah.
And now we pretty much have, I would say this is chalk, right? This is what the expectation is for the top five. Maybe flip May and Daniels at 2 and 3, but the first 5 players off the board, I think this is what we're expecting. So let's
now
go.
It gets interesting.
Malik Neighbors to the Chargers.
Even though, who was it I sent you a text, said that Sean Payton had won with worse quarterbacks than Jarrett Stidham?
I don't know where that came from.
I'm gonna need a list of those quarterbacks.
You would have to go back. I can't. So here we go.
Unless he meant just like one-off games with Taysom Hill.
Yeah. I mean, Sean Payton won with Teddy Bridgewater. When Drew Brees, that was the thing. When
Teddy's better than Stidham.
I agree. When Drew Brees went down, remember they kept winning.
Yes.
And
That's what I mean.
Teddy Bridgewater went 5-0, and there was this perception that Sean Payton can win with anyone.
Right.
And then they had Jameis the next year, and he got hurt, and they kind of fell apart a little bit.
He did have a ridiculously good record with, very bad on paper quarterbacks outside of Drew Brees, but it sort of feels very isolated to that small sample size.
I think you have to go back to 2003 Dallas Cowboys when he was the offensive coordinator. I mentioned Chad Hutchinson. Was he even there? Was it that year?
Hutchinson?
Yeah, Chad Hutchinson. Nope, he only played one game there.
Anyway,
so he won some games with Quinn. He went 10. So if you want to back up that statement,
yeah,
has he won games, a lot of games with a quarterback?
Quincy?
Yeah.
Quincy Carter?
A quarterback worse than Jarrett Stidham.
The Quincy Carter era was fun.
Quincy Carter. Remember Dallas they kind of went in on him.
Yeah.
They were like, he's our guy.
Right.
Second rounder. And I was a young draft analyst. I was in college.
Yeah.
Just a baseball player.
Right.
I was thinking, I don't know if I love Quincy Carter. He was like a 50% completion percentage guy in the SEC. Those guys didn't really tend to pan out. But in 2003, 16 starts for Quincy Carter.
Yeah.
They went 10-6.
There you go.
So that statement that you were poo-pooing in a text message to me.
Turns out it's true.
Quincy Carter had a passer. He had 17 touchdowns, 21 picks, passer rating of 71.4.
Yikes. That's not great.
And they went 10-6 that year.
Yeah.
2003.
Well, so okay. Then if that's true, the question becomes, do they even have a quarterback need? They got Jarrett Stidham in the building.
Jarrett Stidham. It could be like 2003 Quincy Carter.
I believe they do have a quarterback need with Jarrett Stidham as their number one quarterback. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, then Bo Nix.
Taking Bo Nix here for the Broncos, and you're gonna do the same depth chart analysis on the Raiders.
So, the Raiders are claiming themselves that Aiden O'Connell has earned the right to compete for the starting job. So they're the ones saying we might not have a quarterback need.
That's not what they said.
That is what they said.
No, they said Aiden O'Connell has earned the right to compete for the starting quarterback job. That's literally what they said.
That's what I just said.
Right. That doesn't mean they don't have a quarterback need.
That's exactly.
Do you understand coach speak and GM executive speak yet?
So their quarterback depth chart now is Aiden O'Connell, who has earned the right to compete for the starting job, Gardner Minshew, who just signed for $15 million a year, and then somebody else that's not going to make the roster. What?
Per year?
Yeah, I think so, right?
15
$15 million a year. I'm pretty sure. You got to make me look that up.
That's starter money now. That's like low-end starter money.
Starter money.
I mean, it's not, but it's the highest of high-end backup money.
That's what I'm saying. So you've now got a highest of high-end backup money and a guy. Yeah, 2 years, $25 million with 15 guaranteed, an annual salary of 12 and a half.
That's 12 and a half. That's
Whatever.
not 15. Listen, it's still a need. Now, could you say with the Raiders, we're going to get something in the second pick, the second round?
Yes.
Right. If the draft literally falls like this, and Bo Nix is the 5th quarterback off the board in the top 12, you could definitely say to yourself, you know what, Michael Penix Jr., will he be around at pick 44 when we're picking again? Let's take those chances.
You can also point to various other glaring needs on the team and say, like, this team desperately needs something else. Like their top corner is Jack Jones, who was dumped from a team for being an off-field concern.
Don't mention it. It doesn't matter.
And is now in Vegas.
I understand. They
in
still
Vegas.
need
Las Vegas.
I get it.
Party capital of the world.
I know. You mention it every time we're up on the clock and we're talking about corners.
Ticking time bomb.
We don't need to project that on. You still need a corner, whether Jack Jones is there or not.
Jack Jones, Ja'Cory Bennett, Nate Hobbs in the slot. He's good, but they need a corner.
All right, so we're going to forget the quarterback need here. Not because they said Aiden O'Connell can compete for the job, which is just executive speak for like, okay.
Well, it's a bigger need.
Okay, he can compete.
It's genuinely a bigger need, right? If they had to go into this season with Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell as a 1-2 punch at quarterback, it would maybe be okay-ish. The corner thing, if they had to go into the year with Jack Jones, Ja'Cory Bennett, Nate Hobbs, that feels worse. Also, their top running back right now is Zamir White, for what that's worth.
Take a run. Let's go corner. I would go the top corner on the board here.
All right.
Is Terrion Arnold, I asked you this before, Terrion Arnold going to be your CB1 or Quinyon Mitchell?
I think Terrion Arnold over Quinyon Mitchell will be my top corner.
All right. Somebody in the chat said BPA. No, it's not. We're not doing BPA.
Yeah,
here.
you've missed.
It's not allowed. It's team need. We're filling needs.
Missed the premise.
That's it. It's gonna be the best mock draft ever. Every fan's gonna be happy because team needs are filled. Terrion Arnold for the Raiders here.
Yeah, though I don't know. I worry a little bit about him in that scheme, but I think he's the best corner.
Do you want to go Mitchell then? In that system? I'm fine with Mitchell. Let's mix it up. We gave him Arnold last week, didn't we?
Okay. You want to give him Mitchell?
Quinyon Mitchell.
All right.
Multiple grades of 90 plus PFF, plus incredible athleticism. Dude can play. Early model identifier.
When was the last time Toledo had a pick that high?
Kansas City Chiefs. Finally got a developmental tackle.
Number 32 on the clock.
They don't need a wide receiver. They have Marquise Brown. Your rules.
They have one Marquise Brown. They have three wide receiver roles.
They have Rasheed Rice.
Yeah, Rasheed Rice.
They have receivers. Justin Watson.
All right, is corner now a thing with Snead not there? Jalen Watson.
Yeah.
Joshua Williams and
Jalen Watson's solid. Joshua Williams. They're both solid. They're starters. They're not fitting your need. They got to trade down. They might be D tackle.
I was going to say, outside of Chris Jones, D tackle. Mike Pennell is a run stuffing guy. Wharton never really became the pass rusher they wanted him to be.
Let's give him Braden Fisk.
Okay.
Listen, as I've said, I'm a believer.
Wait, tackle. It's left tackle. Tawanya Morris.
Oh, yeah. We just took the tackle off the board.
We sniped ourselves again.
Jordan Morgan. I'm going to reach for Jordan Morgan.
Or Kingsley from BYU.
No, I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that. So Jordan Morgan.
Jordan Morgan he's one of the non-model guys I might like. One of those guys.
Okay.
Patrick Paul. But yeah, Morgan's the next guy on the consensus board here.
So we take Morgan?
Yeah.
Do it.
Fill the need.
Morgan, Arizona.
Left tackle.
Done. Now we're into
Jordan Morgan. Come on down. You are going to protect Patrick Mahomes' blindside.
Now.